How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And today we're going to talk about... We're going to talk about a game from the Color Dreams umbrella. Now, Color Dreams, y'all don't know yet. Them babies was scamming. They produced, by and large, they produced a lot of terrible video games under 3 different names. Color Dreams, Bunch Games, and Wisdom Tree. And Wisdom Tree might be the most egregious because those games were made to be sold at Christian bookstores. And I have a really stinking suspicion that them babies wasn't doing that with pure intentions, right? But I digress. Because one of those games, the one we're going to talk about today, was actually pretty competent. I know, right? Color me surprised. And the best way to describe the game in practice is Christian Legend of Zelda. That's it. That's what I got. But let's get into it. Today, we're going to take a look at spiritual warfare. Now, spiritual warfare puts you in the role of a random Christian who uses the fruits of the spirit, so actual fruit that had, and each fruit performed differently, to convert non-believers and defeat demons and help him to find the different pieces of the armor of God so that he can prep himself to defeat the ultimate evil, Satan. Now, you would think that this would just be a run-of-the-mill, just piece of drag garbage, right? But it's actually not a utterly awful video game. Is it heavy-handed? Very. Is the music in the game terrible? Mm-hmm. Are some of the aesthetics in the game kinda ugly? A little bit. But yeah, this game isn't absolutely awful. Color me surprised. There are actually a few kinda interesting touches in here too. Like your character meandering into a bar and an angel telling you that you shouldn't be there, and because you're there, a piece of the armor of God that you collected has been taken from you. Now you got to go find a pawn shop to buy it back. You might be asking, well, Mr. Animal, what's the currency in this game? When you defeat some enemies, doves appear. Those doves are your currency. Another kind of interesting thing that happens, you can earn more of the currency in the game by answering Christian trivia, much like a number of other Wisdom Tree games, because we got to differentiate, because we don't know that Color Dreams and Wisdom Tree and Bunch Games are the same company, right? But yeah, this and Bible Buffet might be the 2 best games released by Wisdom Tree until they get the code by some miracle. They get the code for Wolfenstein 3D and make Super 3D Noah's Ark a few years later. But yeah, this game isn't awful. But like I said, it's a little heavy-handed. So if you just don't want to be preached at and Bible beat, buy a video game, then steering clear might be an option. But some of the heavy-handedness is unintentionally hilarious. But again, this isn't an awful video game. It's just real heavy-handed with the preaching. And they preaching better than you shout. Now, if you want a copy of Spiritual Warfare for the NES, because this apparently got ported to the Genesis and the Game Boy and MS-DOS, and then it got it ended up as part of a collection of Wisdom Tree games on Steam in like 2017 or so. If you want to get an NES copy though, I want to say anything under $20 should get you right. It's not a painfully expensive game. It's actually one of the cheapest titles, one of the cheaper titles rather, released by Wisdom Tree. So yeah, for collecting purposes, it's not a bad idea. If you just want a decent Zelda clone, not a bad idea. If you want an argument for better armor for female protagonists in adventure games, the box art will do you justice. That man ain't got no pants on. Just a metal cod piece. Damn shame. But this has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah, something from this franchise showed up everywhere, so it makes sense that it showed up on the NES. Too bad we didn't get it here in the States.